I thought it'd be really good for everyone to meet Jacek Chruscinski.
Hello.
He's a bass player in my band in Poland, and he's a very interesting guy. He's got lots of stories. So I just want to ask you, Jacek, how long have you been a professional musician?
Well, I started relatively early. I was 17 when I first time went for a tour with a professional band. They were much older than me. Yeah. They played jazz.
Yeah.
Well, it was a nice experience because, you know, this world of touring band was so, mysterious for me those years. And then I tried to play different kinds of music because I was hesitating in the beginning, because it's very proud to become a jazz musician, it's a sophisticated way of playing and double bass.
Yeah.
But a few months later, I decided, blues band. That's what I'm really interested in.
Right. So you've been playing blues a long time. How long ago was that?
It was the end of the 70s.
Right. Yeah. So was Poland communist then?
Of course.
So that must have been a very different experience then.
Yeah, it was communist even 10 years longer. Because the communism almost ended, because I believe it's still some activity of the old communists you can find it in Poland. But, well, it was different, communism, it means that everybody received the same money.
Yeah.
There were regulations.
That's right.
Well, you're musician, okay, you receive 250.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter, you are Mick Jagger or you are just almost busking on the street,
Yeah. Could be good or not so good. I don't know. But when you wanted to be a professional musician back in those days, everybody just couldn't do that, could they? You had to have qualifications and stuff
exactly.
like that. So what did you have to do to...
First, well, I have to learn. I've been to school for a year earlier, but I quit when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Because I believe my future is being a professional swimmer.
Yeah.
A sportsman. But then, in the age of 15, probably, I was back to school after vacation, and I noticed that nobody is interested in me, even though I'm, so.
Really? Is that right?
But it was a guy. You met him in Luxembourg, Mario, and he was sitting in the corner playing guitar. Like it was probably "Wish You Were Here," if I remember. Right. And every girl was surrounding me.
Yeah.
I said, okay, next hour, I bought a guitar from him and how to do those things. And I started to learn. Then I was second attempt to learn in school, and then we had a band in high school. So that's how I started to play. So it was guitar first, but the first almost professional, semi-professional rock band I played in, they want me as a second guitarist. And the first rehearsal, we were waiting for the bass, but he didn't appear. So they said, maybe you take the bass, and this is how it started.
Yeah. And you, in communist times, you told me that, would it be the government that would send you to gigs? Yeah,
there were only official agencies. Official agencies.
Right.
You can't handle it on your. No freelancer. You can't do it alone. You have to get a contract with agency.
Yeah.
There were 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4 of agencies in Krakow, in my hometown, because one student agency and 3 others. Some were mostly focused on jazz musicians or some on rock and roll, some are very pop. And when you work for them, they were managing a concert, a gig for you. Sometimes we play like 40 concerts a month.
Wow.
Twice a day.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, because...
and they would send you, say, this person has got a wedding and they want popular Polish music?
It wasn't the private parties. No, it was
Oh,
like
was it not?
No. Everything was ruled by the government. So,
Right.
but you got, for example, today is 1st of May. You know, the Labor Day. You know, so you go. You have free concert in a row for workers in Katowice. On next day in another place, or early in the morning you play in Nowa Huta for in the guards in the coal in a steel and factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could tell you what sort of music you had to play as well, more or less.
No, there was everything was censored. So you have to, when you want to sing a song, you have to have a lyrics. And the officials and on it that it's you are allowed to sing it, and there were a guy sitting in the first or second row comparing. If you keep those right lyrics, if you change it.
Yeah. So was any English music banned in those days, like Rolling Stones or something?
Some people tried to sing in English, but mostly it was a pidgin English, because they didn't understand. What the lyrics were about.
Anyway,
they didn't recognize them. They like phonetic remembering. Like, oh, I remember the guy who was singing in a restaurant.
Yeah.
We were eating a dinner or late dinner or supper, and he was singing "Yesterday, overflow tomorrow."
Yeah. So I mean, you had to go to school first to get the piece of paper that told you.
Yeah, you have to graduate a musical high school.
3 years or?
Oh no, much more. You have to pass first grammar school. It was minimum 6 years. Regular was 8, twice 4 years. It was like regular school with more music added.
Yeah.
But you can also do it as a. When you go to the regular grammar school, you can make an exam as almost a freelancer, and then you did it sometimes in 4 years, sometimes 3 years even. But then the high school, it was regular 4 years again.
Wow!
So it was 12 years of education.
Well, before you got the piece of paper.
Yeah, but if you didn't, it was too late when you decided to do. You can start to try to pass exam officially in Warsaw. In front of big 48-piece, commissions, experts.
So maybe this explains why a lot of Polish musicians are very good, because they've had all the training. The agencies would then send you to say, well, they want traditional music, they want jazz music, and you had to be able to do it.
They knew what you're good in, which area. So, for example, if they call me when I was beginning to play in the blues band, and we have the band called Monkey Business, they said, okay, we were looking for something for relatively young people, so you may play your rock and roll, the West band rock and roll, but please do some Polish typical songs as an addition. So we changed, folk songs into the way of like Polish song.
Yeah. So you live in Krakow, right?
Yeah, I was born here, breathed here. Yeah. My family is in Krakow almost 500 years.
Right. You told me that you played in Russia as well, right?
Yeah, of course. When I joined the guys from Wawel, a Polish pop. Very popular pop band, Janek Wojtek leader. So I started to tour them to the other communist friends, so like East Germany, Czechoslovakia, and especially Soviet Union.
Yeah, it
was a real experience. Imagine you go for a tour for 2 months.
Yeah,
2 months in Siberia. Sometimes it was like 20, 30 degrees below zero.
Wow.
Celsius. So it was really pretty cold, but they have a different way to fight this cold, the Russian way, of course. Of course,
It's the Polish way too, isn't it?
No, man, you can't compare.
Okay.
No, they are absolutely of a much higher level.
Okay.
First, we're drinking in small glasses, the way the Polish people drink vodka. they drink a regular glass.
Yeah.
And it's like 200, 150, 200.
It's like drinking diesel.
It's like drinking, you can drink a water like this, but you can't absolutely, even very soft vodka.
Yeah.
When I was, I was 20 or 20 something, so it was easier then.
So, you said everybody got paid the same, right, for all these things. But were there ways around that so that you could make more money? Maybe if you got more work, you could make more money.
First, it was to play as much as possible, as often. But, for example, playing Russia, it was no need to bring the rubles, the Russian money, back to Poland. It was worth nothing,
Yeah.
We have a pockets full of those bills, thousands of rubles, but it's nothing. But you can buy a gold.
Right.
You can buy gold, but you are not allowed to transfer it through the border. You even didn't allow to transfer it officially as rubles.
So how could
you officially received money, but you were to spend it all in this country.
Russia.
Yeah. So now we have to smuggle it. So best way for me and my friends in Babel was to put all the money, really big stuff. So we put it in the speakers.
Yeah, in the back of the amps.
Or back of the amps, unscrew the cover and then put it out. But best way was to buy a gold.
Yeah.
To put it in a plastic bag or canvas bag, and into the amp or.
So the amps were heavier on the way back than they
were. But once it happened in Kiev, now it's Ukraine, that they had too much luggage, and we were sitting already in a plane, and it started rolling around the runway.
Yeah.
And Janek looked through those windows and said, "Look!" And then there was a few boxes of our equipment with just gold standing alone. But they sent it by maybe next plane, or I don't remember exactly. But it was really nervous.
Yeah, so it must be very different now when you can, you don't get told by agencies where to go, but you have to make your own living.
Well,
but potentially you can make more, I guess.
It's changed almost 30 years ago. So first year we were really surprised that we have to do it on our own, and you have to fight for a market. You have to fight for your popularity, and because earlier it doesn't matter if you are popular or not. If you got good connection with leader of the agency, you got a lot of concerts.
Yeah.
Now
Now you've got to do it on your own.
Phones. So it's completely different situation.
But it's very open musically as well, isn't it? Krakow, for example, is there's lots of clubs and music going on.
We always were, I know that the best band in Poland played in the 50s in Krakow.
Yeah.
And 60s we have a huge jazz scene because the government, they allowed us to play because they think that's like a valve, better let them play instead of make a riot on the street.
Yeah.
So that's why rock and roll was also allowed.
Yeah.
In the beginning of 50s, I've heard they were trying to stop it, but now they decided no, better let them go. But we can't to control because there was a lot secret agents between the musicians. I am writing reports, and Chruscinski said that Stalin was not good. And it was not so easy. I'm laughing about, but you can go to the jail when somebody reported you telling such things. Or were kept on the street, fighting with the police.
So do you prefer it now?
Of course, man. It's no comparison. Come on. Go to Belarus or Russia, and you will see the difference. Or China, you would see the difference now. Now we are living in a free world, in a free country, democratic country. With you can do anything. You can talk about your government, about your history, and what you want. And nobody was going to punish you. But you have to fight for your incomes.
Yeah, you do.
You have to fight for your level of your life.
You've done quite well over the years. You've played on over me.
Recently, I recorded 89th. 88 was we did. 88 we did this.
As a kind of session guy, really. Just playing with different people. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I know I got a friend, Sławek Berny, who told me that he was playing on 800 albums already.
Wow.
Yeah. It's good because we receive, you call it PPL, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the money from it, and even in Pandemia era, it's help, because it helps because we receive the money from them, we receive the money from PRS, Polish PRS, AIS, and it helps us to survive during this first 3 months of Pandemia, which was completely locked down and no concert, nothing.
Yeah.
Now we can, as you've noticed, we can tour, even play concerts.
Well, we've just done a small tour even in the pandemic, haven't we? So who knows what the future is, but it's a fascinating story. Those 2 albums with Keith Thompson Band, they make the difference to those 89 albums.
86 and 89, yeah. Frankly, this was the first one who was published outside Poland,
Oh, great.
Yeah, Transcendence was published in the UK,
it
was first in my career, and I believe
nice.
Probably I'm only it's a handful of musicians who can
say that.
Yeah,
it's funny, we don't get too many Polish musicians in the UK. I don't know why, but it's interesting that, isn't it? You're the first.
Well, well, you remember how it started to.
I know.
It's always a matter of luck.
Yeah.
Maybe a matter of maybe it's God's hand. I don't know.
Yeah, I've noticed you're kind of known as somebody that always seems to manage. It all works out somehow, and your friends think, that Jacek, he still seems to turn out okay. Even in a pandemic, he's doing gigs.
Yeah.
And that's true for you. What's the secret?
It's better to be optimistic because maybe that's why I read years ago in the newspaper that people who live their life optimistic, they live longer. So I want to live until 100, so because I'm going to record you.
Yeah, I'd say that.
I'll let you, give you a chance.
Yeah, well done.
I'm optimistic.
I
prefer to, we're laughing in the band, we're having fun all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't like to play, some people are playing very seriously, like this. Look at me, I'm a professional musician, so I must be that monster. No, I prefer to laugh all the time after the audience, after the fellow musicians.
And I think that kind of enthusiasm shows to the audience as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
If you're enjoying it, they enjoy it. Yeah.
It's the best you can do when you play your music on stage is receive the feedback from the audience, but you have to make something to get them, to catch them, hey, come on, look at me, listen to my music, and now clap your hand, and it's cooperation, it works.
Well, whatever it is you're doing, the optimism and everything, it seems to be working, so Jacek Chruscinski, everybody.
Thank you. Invited for a concert, Keith Thompson Band.
All right, bye.
Bye.